empire may belong to a group of people that some others may think are inferior, but I belong to a group of people that God, omniscient, omnipresent God, God of all power, says, you are my children. But we know that we are the children of God. And there is a God who rules above with a hand of power and a heart of love. And if I'm right, thank God I'm right. He'll fight my battle, and I'll be free someday. Therefore, stand together, children. Walk together, children. Fight together, children. Work together, children. Run together, children. Go together. Walk together, children. Don't you get weary. Great camp meet in the promised land.
And, you know, I was watching this live. You had certain brothers to make honest assessment of this guy's action. You know, you had brothers that examined this guy, and they came out with they came to the conclusion that the guy was being pretty much proud. Now this guy, Ahla, which we affectionately call him, his name is, you know, whatever title you want to go by, chief, high priest, Ahla, whatever, man. All right. Nevertheless, when you came into this arena, you open yourself up to be examined. And men of the Lord is going to examine. So you damn right, anybody that come up, we're going to examine you. All right? Matter of fact, I'm going to play a little of this video and give a little commentary. And that's what a lot of brothers did. They examined you and they examined your actions. And you was found to be going off, man. I said, we give you credit where it's due. You go out and you do the work, you know, but you got that spirit of pride on you, bro. You know?
Find us the law that forbids an Israelite man from having a sexual relationship with a non-Israelite woman. I challenge you, just produce to me one law that verbatim forbids that action. What I'll do in the meantime is show you the law that actually contradicts that it's against the law to have sex with a woman who's not an Israelite. This is Deuteronomy 21:10. When thou goest forth to war against thine enemies, and Yahweh thy power have delivered them into thine hands, and thou hast taken them captive. So when you go to war against another nation and you take captives of them, when you're done conquering them, you take captives of what's left, typically of their women and their children. Verse 11, and seest among the captives a beautiful woman, and hast a desire unto her, and that thou wouldest have her to thy wife. Then thou shalt bring her home to thine house, and she shall shave her head and pare her nails, and she shall put the raiment of her captivity from off of her, and shall remain in thine house, and bewail her father and mother a full month. And after that thou shalt go in unto her, meaning have sex, and be her husband, and she shall be your wife.
Igwe, oh no, we're gonna add a second moon.
No.
Thank you. Igwe, I am here with a very important message from my king that must be treated with utmost secrecy.
Gods,
Yes, Your Highness.
leave us.
Igwe, Legend. Igwe, my king Obianu refused to pay the annual tribute to King Ogamba.
We sent ours yesterday.
Igwe, that will be the last you'll ever pay if you go into alliance with my king. Every kingdom that is fighting in that battle will be fighting for the freedom of his people from heavy taxes.
Your king wants to go to war again with Igwe Ogamba. He wants to go to war again. Has he forgotten the devastation caused by that war? How innocent men, women, and children were massacred. Now, he wants a repeat of that.
The tale of fraternal strife continues even under the rule of kings, potential supreme symbols of national unity. The Bible tells of the protracted struggle for the throne that ensues after the death of Saul, between his son Ishbosheth and David. The Battle of Gibeon includes stark images of fraternal bloodshed at close quarters. The general's dialogue illuminates how such conflicts can easily get out of control, with tragic results, though also the possibility of their quick cessation. This battle leaves 380 dead, so we may assume that thousands died during the years of warfare, though no other battles or total figures are explicitly reported in the text. The duration of this war is probably at least 2 years. The time Ishbosheth is reported to have ruled over Israel, while the house of Judah supported David. Much later, after David unites the people under him and defeats all surrounding external enemies, his son Absalom rebels against him. In the decisive battle, Absalom's larger army, gathered from all the tribes of Israel, is defeated, suffering 20,000 dead. A state of hostility exists between the two fraternal states throughout much of the First Temple period. After initial local violence at the outbreak of the rebellion, a large-scale attack by Rehoboam of Judah upon Jeroboam of Israel is averted by prophetic intervention, and probably for fear of Jeroboam's former protector Shishak of Egypt. Large-scale warfare erupts between Jeroboam and Abijah, son of Rehoboam. Jeroboam engineers a surprise attack with 800,000 men against Judah's 400,000, but Israel is defeated. Some decades later, under attack by King Baasha of Israel, King Asa of Judah bribes Aram to attack Israel. This first intervention of outside powers stemming directly from wars between Judah and Israel leads to the destruction of Israelite cities. Much later, King Amaziah of Judah wages war against Jehoash of Israel, ending in the rout of Judah. The prologue of that war was Amaziah's decision to let go of 100,000 fighters hired from Israel for his campaign against Edom. Case. The text specifies that the Israelite force invades a significant area under Judahite control, killing 3,000 people. Finally, II Kings 16:5-10 depicts King Pekah of Israel allied with Aram, besieging Jerusalem to coerce Judah to join their front against Assyria, the so-called Syro-Ephraimite War. From II Chronicles 28 we learn that Israel defeats Judah, taking 200,000 women and children captive.
Enough! Listen. Is there honorable?
Yes! The way King Ogamba is treating us is becoming unbearable. We cannot take it anymore. Our sons have turned to farmers, slaves to them. Our daughters, they are concubines. They use them anyhow. Why?
So as we can see here, this is literally a law that tells you the process in which you can actually have a relationship with a woman sexually now, and it being in the form of a marriage with a woman is not an Israelite. So if this is something that is upheld by law, how can you then rationalize that the product of this union that's upheld by law is a mamzer, somebody who is illegitimate, somebody who's a product of something unlawful? And to further substantiate that, let's go to another law in the book of Leviticus 25 and 44. And it says, both thy bondmen and thy maids, thy captives, which thou shalt have, shall be of the heathen that are round about you.
Both thy bondmen, and thy bondmaids, which thou shalt have, shall be of the heathen that are round about you, of them shall ye buy bondmen and bondmaids. Amma. Maidservant, female slave, maid, handmaid, concubine. Amma, apparently a primitive word, a maidservant or female slave, hand, bondmaid, woman, maid, servant. Wherefore she said unto Abraham, cast out this bondwoman H 519 and her son, for the son of this bondwoman H 519 shall not be heir with my son, even with Isaac. Wherefore she said unto Abraham, cast out this bondwoman and her son, for the son of this bondwoman shall not be heir with my son, even with Isaac. Foreign wife versus Israelite slave wife. As Jackson notes, since the Hebrew slave wife of Exod 21, 7-11 was purchased for sexual reproductive services, both her rights and, by implication, those of her children are superior to those of an ordinary Amma. Foreign wife versus Israelite slave wife. As Jackson notes, since the Hebrew slave wife of Exod 21, 7-11 was purchased for sexual reproductive services, both her rights and, by implication, those of her children are superior to those of an ordinary Amma, yet their situations became vastly different once their owner husband no longer fancied them. The Hebrew slave wife was either redeemed, ha, B21, 8 or set free, YA with Macron, B11. The Hebrew slave wife was further protected by the prohibition against being sold to foreigners, B8. In both cases, the law clearly protected her rights as a slave wife, B10, against further exploitation, B8, and in the event that her master was no longer pleased with her, she was set free, B11. This freedom presumably allowed her to return to the protection of her father's house, an advantage not afforded to the foreign female captive, Amma, who likely had no home or family to which to return. Meanwhile, the foreign female captive of Duke 21:10-14 can neither be redeemed nor set free, despite NRSV's poor translation of let her go free. The law of the foreign captive only uses the verb sala, generally translated as divorce, not freedom. The verb phrase consistently used to denote freedom is YA with Macron alongside Leopsid. Exod 21, 2-3, 21:11, left 25 hours, and 41 minutes. The release of Hebrew slaves in Duke 15:12-13 only diverges slightly by using the verb sala followed by apposite, which denotes freedom. B12-13. In Exod 21:26-27, both these cases are accompanied by leopsa where both laws are concerned with the freedom of slaves because they have become damaged property, by translating the verb sala as freedom. B14. Interpreters and scholars make the divorce clause in Duke 21:14 appear more humane. Instead, the foreign captives, Amma, expulsion created the worst possible scenario for a woman, in which she is marked as a divorcee, Jerasa, a reminder of her foreignness. This term derived from the same root used to denote the expulsion of foreigners from the land, Exod 34 hours and 11 minutes. Finally, Duke 15:12-17 even affords the Hebrew slave woman release with money, prohibiting the master from letting her go empty-handed. Yet, Duke 21:10-14 does not state that the Israelite warrior captor must give the foreign female captive, Amma, compensation or offer similar provision. She, the Amma, walks away empty-handed. In many ways, primary, Israelite Hebrew, wives are protected from divorce or abandonment. Duke 22:13-19, Duke 22:29, so long as the wife has not acted objectionably. Duke 22:20-22, Duke 24:1, because Duke 21:10-14 does not suggest that the foreign captive, Amma, has acted improperly. Her rejection and expulsion seem severe and unmerited given her relative economic instability. The text states that her expulsion is based on the male Israelite warrior's lack of sexual satisfaction with her. B14. This fact alone gives her, Amma, a lower class status among the wives, even without being expelled. The birth of Isaac, and the years leading up to his weaning appear to change, and irreparably upset, the balance that had existed. Sarah appears to be saying that she does not wish any foreign competition in their household. Hagar was an Egyptian. Further, Sarah appears to be stating that she does not wish any ambiguity about who is to be the true heir for the Abraham-Sarah household. Consequently, in her immortal words, Sarah said to Abraham, "Cast out that slave woman and her son, for the son of that slave shall not share in the inheritance with my son Isaac." The term that Sarah uses for slave woman is Amma. Earlier the term used had been Shifha. The terms Amma and Shifha are used interchangeably in the Bible. In Genesis 21:13, God describes Hagar as an Amma, maidservant female slave. "And ye are risen up against my father's house this day, and have slain his sons, 70 persons, upon one stone, and have made Abimelech, the son of his maidservant, H 519 king over the men of Shechem, because he is your brother." As regards the parallels between Jephthah and Abimelech, the first feature of both characters to confront the reader is their unconventional relationship with their fathers. 8:31, 1-2. Jephthah is the son of a prostitute and was disowned by his father's family. Abimelech is the son of his father's Shechemite concubine, and he, too, appears to have been disowned by his father's family. Certainly, he disowns them. Neither, however, escapes association with the paternal bloodline, and this leads, in different ways, to their elevation and thence to their most egregious actions. K. Lawson Younger lists further synthetic parallels between Abimelech and Jephthah. Both recruit morally empty and reckless men to make up their armed gang. 9-4-11-3. Both are opportunists who negotiate their way into powerful leadership positions. 9-1-6-11-4-11. Both seal the agreement with their subjects in a formal ceremony at a sacred tree. 9-6-11-11. Both turn out to be brutal rulers, slaughtering their own relatives. 9-5-11-34-40, and engaging their own countrymen in battle. 9-26-57. 12-1-6. Both end up as tragic figures without a future. 39, 35, 11, 34, 57, 950. Jephthah, a social outcast. He died, denied of descendants by his own hand and unlamented.